Hello, marry me. So this is the third of the whole videos I wanted to do now, and I haven't done all three of them together just to show off. Look how much I have bought. It's that I have had them in piles here, waiting to do whole videos, and I've been waiting for a few more things that should have arrived, but I'll have to do them the next haul instead. But since I am going to visit my mother tomorrow, I wanted to just get these out of the way so I could tidy up. Anyway, this is going to be Venefica's occult findings, and I'm not exactly sure which number it is, but I'll put that in the title. So yes, let's begin with magazine. Only got one, and I haven't read it because I'm saving it for my train ride because it's so much more nice to sit and read a magazine on the train than a book, like I've said before. And there's people talking all around you and the conductor announcing things and so on. It's very easy to get distracted from a book, but with a magazine, it's easier. And it's Spirit and Destiny, October 2013. And then I have gotten some oracle decks, and it's basically two tarot decks, two tarot kits actually, and an oracle deck. And I haven't had time to get familiar with them yet, so I'll have to do that when I come home to my mother's. And it's the Gaian Tarot by Joanna Powell Colbert. Normally this very bright, nice color isn't me, but I sort of fell for this deck anyway. And it's by Levelle. And then it is Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Julia Jeffrey and Barbara Moore. And it's also by Levelle. And these are book and deck kits. So I guess I can open them and show you the book. Let's see. We have something, a pin should work. I mean, some of these cellophane covered things are harder to get into than Fort Knox. Here you go. I haven't opened them because I haven't had time to. I had a crazy few weeks. And I haven't had time to sit down, read the book, get familiar with the cards, and so on. So I'm not going to go through all the cards now. That will have to be for if anybody wants me to do a review of these when I'm getting into them. But yes, here's the book for the Gaian Tarot. And let me just do the same to this one. Fine. Off it goes. Getting more things for me to pick up later. And come out with the book. And this is the Tarot of the Hidden Realm book. It's a pretty sizable book that comes with these kits. And the next is a Oracle deck, and I've been wanting one of those for so long. The Tarot is the most famous Oracle deck in our time, but I think perhaps on second place is the Lenormand Oracle. I am actually not sure how it is to be pronounced, but I think it's Lenormand, something like that. It's basically the cards that the fortune teller that Napoleon used. And it was her divination system. So this is also this is by Louis Farabeo. And it's Laura Twan that has made this. Let me open this one too. Try not to damage the box. I hate it when cellophane is placed in such a way that cutting into it, there's no way to just, there's no little place where you can safely cut. You always risk damaging the box when you're opening it. So, yes. This is also a deck and book kit. Up we go. And this is the book. So it's not as big as the others, but it should hopefully give enough information to be able to start using the system. So, yes. And let's move on to pendulums, because, you know, yeah, I buy too much of those, don't I? And the first pendulum I want to show you is this. It's Snowflake Obsidian, and it's a pretty good pendulum. It has a nice weight, and at the end it's just this little bead. And then I have this yellow aventurine one with a little rock crystal bead on top. And it also has a rock crystal bead at the end. Sorry that I always start going to that side, but like I have the picture that shows me what the camera records over here, and then I, well, yeah, tend to forget where the camera is pointed. The only problem I have with this pendulum is that the chain have a tendency to tangle. Here we are. And it's small, but, and it's not as heavy as I prefer, but it's pretty okay, so I think this is going to be one of my first pendulums. I like to have a pendulum with me wherever I go, so I like to have pendulums in my purses and to not have to remember to pick one up and put in my purses. I like to have basically a pendulum for each of my purses. And then I have this one, which is basically one of those also popular now disco beads, sparkly thingies that's jet black. It's okay weight, and there's a little metal bead at the end. And I was bored one day when I was at that the support group meeting, and I have some beading things that you can do. It costs nearly nothing, and so I just made this pendulum. Basically has this pearlized button at the end and beads. And it's just at the end of it, it's just this ring. Have another one of these disco ball type pendulums. This is champagne colored. Thought it was really pretty, and it's really sparkly. Has an okay weight. And again these little metal beads at the end. And I have this pendulum. I really love the color of it. I am not completely sure what stone it is. It's a jasper. But I'm actually not completely sure what kind of jasper it is. I think it might be a pale lemon jasper. Because it sort of goes over into green, yellow and green. But I am not completely sure. It's a jasper anyway. And it has a rock crystal bead to hold it in. And I think it's cute. Might be a purse pendulum as well. And for the last pendulum, it arrived in this purple baggie. It's a bottle pendulum, and it basically has little pieces of red coral in a bottle, metal chain, and a tiny little rock crystal bead at the end. And I think this is pretty cute. It's not very heavy, but all in all, it's a unique concept for a pendulum, and it works. And then I have this worry stone slash altar tile that I picked up at, you had that world psychic health day, mental health, I think it's World Mental Health Day. And I was at a marking of it, and this was basically the house and then open treatment center that I sometimes go to, was selling things including this. And I really like it. I mean, it's very simple. I could have easily made something like this myself, but it's basically a stone that's covered in turquoise paint, and there's a spiral pattern on it. And it felt really good to hold, and also thinking it would be nice to have on the altar. And then I have this like it said it was obsidian, but I'm not sure for the price. I'm not so completely sure it can't be glass, but it doesn't matter that much because I'm just going to use it as a scrying square. And it came with this simple wooden holder. So yeah, it could be real rock. It could be onyx actually. I think perhaps it's onyx. Let's see the onyx or glass. Anyway, it's jet black, so it will be very nice to use for spying. And then let's move on to some books. I have this here, Living Earth devotional, and I'm of mixed feelings with it. I thought it would be more ideas for how to bring the seasons into my life, and it's sort of, but it's one part book on ideas of how to bring pagan ideas and nature into your life, and one part uh, very hokey. Well, you need to be very dedicated, eco-friendly things in here. For example, it was one idea was no, you should only use your oven once a week. You make all the food that you're gonna eat for that week, you put it in the fridge, and you eat cold food all week. Yeah, sure, you'll save some energy on it. And I mean, if you want to do that to save the environment, by all means, but I don't think a lot of people will be doing that. So yeah, there are some good ideas in here that do tie into paganism. So yeah, and then I have you been hexed, which is basically magical self-defense. Oh, and I should of course tell you the authors. My head doesn't work today. I always get stressed before I'm to leave for my mother's place. I love going to see her, but I really hate the train ride. It takes 5 hours, and for me who have Asperger's syndrome, to sit next to some stranger. Well, sometimes I get to sit alone because I don't know if always the trains fill up. But anyway, being a train cart full of strangers for 5 hours, that isn't that much fun. Anyway, The Living Earth. This one was written by Clea Danan, 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 I think. Clea Danan, and it's published by Llewellyn. Have You Been Hexed is written by Alexandra Kuran. Karan, see for yourself. I'm hopeless at pronouncing things. And it's also published by Llewellyn. That's so. Then I have Fortune Telling by Dice by David and Julia Line. Line. Yeah, it's Line. David and Julia Line. It's basically a system for using dice for fortune telling, and it's a pretty good book. And it's by whatever publishing house uses that as a logo. And this is a book I've been wanting for so long, but I've been sold out on Amazon and it's not been that easy to get. And it's Commentaries on the Golden Dawn Flying Rolls by the Golden Dawn community. Basically, different kinds of articles and information on the Golden Dawn system. And it's by Cherubim Press. So that's amazing. And then we have a book that, yes, when I saw it, my bullshit detectives did go off, but I'm a immortalist. There's not that much immortalist literature out there. I just had to buy it and see what it is. I haven't read it yet. It's not that long since it arrived. But yeah, I mean, I had to read it. I have come through it and it doesn't look that bad, but yeah. It's the Lemurian Science of Immortality by Alaime. And it's really what's on the back that makes my bullshit detectives go off. Acknowledged as the leading mystic of our time, Alaime once again delivers groundbreaking revelations on the art of botany. Problem is, I've been an occultist for quite some time, and I've never heard of this woman, so she's the leading mystic of our time, and she's leading somewhere that I've never heard of. So yeah, but like I said, immortalist, not much immortalist literature out there. Had to have a look at what it is, because sometimes things looks very cheesy, very hokey, and then it turns out to be amazing. And sometimes things look very legit, very good, and it turns out to be just crap. So yeah, we'll see. And we have Battling Demons of Darkness, One Man's Fight Against Evil Spirits by Brandon Boston. And it's by Llewellyn, and it's basically a paranormal investigation type book. Oh yeah, the Lemurian Science of Immortality is published by Spiritual Journeys. And then I have a book on Telema, basically Elsie Crowley's magic system. And I got this recommended to me. It said that this was an amazing book on the system, and it's Living Telema, a practical guide to attainment in Elsie Crowley's system of magic. And it's by David Shoemaker. And this is published by Anima Solis Books. I haven't gotten around to reading this yet, but it comes highly recommended from people I talked with. And then I have the Conjure Workbook Volume 1, Working the Root by Star Casas. And it's published by Pendrag Publishing. Basically, I have been more and more interested in voodoo, woodworking, and those kinds of within that category. And so I've been picking up some books on it, and this looks really interesting. And another paranormal investigation type book, it's Haunted Asylums, Prisons, and Sanatoriums by Jamie Davis, and it's by Llewellyn. And Llewellyn has been publishing a ton of these lately. And normally, it's not the books I buy the most, but I do really love a good ghost story, so I couldn't help myself. And for the last item on this haul, it's Mambo Russell's 21 Magic Giz Giz and Mucho Bags. And it's by Tropple LLC. And this is basically a little short book that has all sorts of recipes for basically magic bags. And I think it's pretty good. It's nice, practical, magical information. So yeah, I like it. And that was my haul of witchy things for now. And this is a collective haul of things I've collected since last time I did one of these videos. So yeah. Now, like I said, I'm leaving tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to publish any videos up on YouTube for the time I'm with, at my mother's place, because her internet connection is very poor and it takes forever to upload a video. Hopefully I can do one or two, but I don't know. If I can't, then I'll see you in a week or so when I come home. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Have a great day. Blessed be.